This is it. Here we go.
Yes, real. How are we doing?
I'm all right. I'm all right, my love.
Hi guys.
Hey.
Hi, guys.
You okay? If one of us could cry now, that would be great.
I am not crying anymore. I've given you all my tears.
It's your turn to cry. That's fabulous. Well, no, I was just thinking, why is this more nerve-wracking than HYROX?
Why are you not? You're not nervous. You're just you're just sad.
Yeah,
you're
it's
upset that it's ending.
Yeah, I don't know like how to end this because it's been so amazing.
Well, it's the end of the road to, you know, F45 HYROX London, but it's not. It's the start of a friendship with you guys and with you guys and with you guys. It's the start of a real friendship, you know.
That's true.
It's been really nice, like getting to meet you guys and watch your stories. Like I felt like a viewer watching along. Do you know what I mean?
It's been a wild, wild ride. Like the last few weeks, or 12 weeks, 16 weeks, 16 years.
It's funny that I feel like you've 16 years.
I don't know if that's good or bad. I know. It's gone really fast, but also at the same time, it's been really intense.
Honestly, I dig your vibes so much. Like,
Sorry?
I dig your vibes so much. No, honestly, it's the laugh, it's the energy. It's
You're
so
all
cool.
in.
Yeah, man.
And your enthusiasm and your happiness when you were able to run. I was with you watching that. I was like, she ran.
That was so cool.
so
That was good.
good.
And then us competing at the same time,
Yeah.
it was amazing. But also, like, obviously, I wanted to like watch you and support you because we've been on this journey together.
You guys just went. We're like, okay, we're just gonna take our time.
Yeah, I saw you guys like just coming out, you know. But the thing is, it doesn't matter because it doesn't matter if you start at the front or you start at the back.
Yeah.
Your time starts as soon as you cross that white line, right?
Yeah.
So that's the cool thing about it, you know.
And the fact that we may not have finished, so that in itself was amazing.
I love doing doubles because I love talking with my partner.
Same.
I like strategizing. We'll say that. And I think during London, there was a time where we thought rowing was next, and Steph was like, oh, like she was going to start on the rower, but then she was like, actually, I'm struggling a little bit. I was like, don't worry, I'll start on the rower, I'll finish on the rower. We came up with this whole strategy, and then we got to the station, and we were like, burpees. And it was burpees.
Oh, God.
But I knew that she needed the rest. So in my head, I was like, oh my gosh, I was going to do like 300 on the rower. What does that equate to burpees? So I'm just like getting my 10th burpee and I'm like, oh, I'm dying, but I need to. But I don't know, just that like rapport with your partner, I love. So are you having that rapport in your head? Or like, what is solo? Am I going to like it?
I've done a doubles with one of our good mates called Anna. That was my first ever doubles a couple of years ago.
Nice.
And then I've done a doubles with George, which was a little bit more intense. But again, you have that rapport with someone,
together,
and you can bounce off each other's energy. There are some times where he's got a bit more energy and I've got to hang on to him.
Yeah.
And there are some times where I've got a bit more energy and he's got to hang on to me. And we obviously jumped into our favoured stations first, and he carried us nearer the end of the race. So that kind of made me a little bit nervous because we obviously got the sub hour.
Yeah.
But going into knowing that I've got a solo in 4 weeks, first of all, it made me train a lot harder. And just on the course, what pushed me through? Your voice.
Did you hear it? I'm so glad because I lost it.
They can hear it from outside right now. No, honestly, just everyone's support.
Yeah.
That pushed me through a lot. And also the fact that I didn't want to let myself down. I said I was going to do something and I just really wanted to push through and do it.
And then you're thinking 100 warbles.
What are you doing to
and
me?
broken as well.
The warball station's such a buzz station, right? Like you've got your whole family there, you've got your friends there, you've got the MCs cheering you on. It's F45 and HYROX. I just knew that when I got to the warballs, and I'm normally really good at it as well. When I got to 50, I knew I could push on.
I think it's good to start on the run because it gets that like nervous energy out the way. And I always think, imagine starting on warballs, I want to be like, ugh. But then it's just as worse at the end because you're like, it's the end.
That
you
was
just want to get it
an
done.
accident.
Sorry.
I was just going to say, I have to say with the doubles, doing the first doubles, the pull was just out of the world because having that rest where you're sharing it, I've never gone that fast. And I was just like, oh, I can do this until I can't. And then you go and I'll catch my breath and let's go again. And it was that just was amazing for me.
Doing a doubles gives you like a sense of freedom, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's like I can
burn
take off
out
these
and then go.
shackles and like push a little bit harder, right?
Why you do solo first and then doubles, not the way I've done it.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're all involved in F45 within some aspects. We're obviously coaches, and we love doing it. And Anika, you're a member. How long have you been a member for, by the way?
9 months.
9 months, yeah.
9 months,
So
not even a year.
you're still quite fresh.
Oh,
Yeah, you're coming
really?
up to your year. How would you say your community as a whole has shaped your HYROX experience, F45 experience as a whole? How's it been for you?
It shaped it in every way. If it weren't for the coaches and the other members, I wouldn't have done my first race as soon as I did. They had the faith in me that I didn't have.
Amazing.
And their support. Every time I walked into a class, when I just mentioned that I was thinking about doing a race, they were like, okay, so which race? When are you doing it? Have you booked it? Have you booked it? And then when I booked it, but I hadn't booked the accommodation, the constant accountability was so powerful.
As coaches, I've been coaching at F45 coming up to 5 years now, and I've heard so many stories like yours, and that's how it should be. That's the experience as coaches and as a community, as a studio that we want to give to people like yourselves.
I loved being a coach and then inspiring and helping other members, but it's when the members start inspiring you. And we had so many members that then had booked to do solo straight away, and I was like, you legend. And then it's just like a two-way street, isn't it? You're helping them, inspiring them, but then you're seeing how hard they work, and it's just great. Like on the days where you don't feel like going or have the energy to go, and then you go to a class and you leave feeling amazing. I think that's the beauty and power of F45.
There are not many spaces in life, in the world, that you step into that and people are constantly doing the best that they can within what they can and trying to better themselves on a, like you say, on a regular basis, not just for a short period of time.
It's such a fun, safe space.
I would ask, what's one thing that you're taking out of this documentary? What's one thing that you've learned?
What I've learned about doing this documentary is how much I really, really love team training, competitions, bringing people together. Doing this documentary with you guys just made the whole experience even more sweeter because you felt like you had another little sub-team. And then, the support that came with it, it reminded me how much I need to keep doing this.
Yeah, that's a big thing for me. Yeah, man, like we all have our own stories, don't we? And you just stand there watching someone and they've crossed the line in an hour or they crossed the line in 3 hours. You're just wondering, what's it taken for you to do this, you know? And you're just super proud of people that you don't know.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I love about just fitness as a whole, to be fair. So that's a big one, Abs.
I am so happy for, I guess, the way that I've opened up this world to other people. I'm really glad because I've been telling everybody I know about it, but I think them following and watching the docuseries has got people so much more interested. And when they're seeing your stories and the other side of it and seeing the race, you know, family members came saw it in action, whereas I can only describe it so much.
Of course.
That has been the best for me, sharing my world and my new world with the people that mean the most, and hopefully bringing in more people.
I think you've done an amazing job with doing that, by the way. I saw the amount of people and the support that came with you. You know, some of your family members, your son as well, actually, he was asking me how to do the burpee broad jumps because he wanted to do it next year. And he's like, I'm going to jump so far. I'm only going to do about 30 burpees.
You're like, good luck with that.
I'm like, bruh, no, you're not. First of all, the bigger you jump, the more energy you're going to waste.
Yeah.
But I think you've done such an amazing job with opening the world up, man. It's been so cool.
I feel like I'm just getting started now. I'm like, literally...
You're going to miss the camera crew following you around?
No disrespect. But I feel like I've got a mission. This sounds really cliched, but I was really wondering I didn't know what my purpose is. And I kind of feel like this is it now, getting people into movement, if nothing else. Ideally, HYROX, because for me, it's given me so much in such a short period of time. This is 9 months of training, and I feel like I'm a different person altogether on so many levels, fitness-wise, mentally. Like we're saying, doing a solo race has given me so much mental strength that I didn't know I had. What was your favourite moment in the docu-series outside of the training F45 and HYROX stuff?
For me, and it might be a bit of a cop-out answer, but it's genuinely just getting to spend time with, like, I look at you guys and you guys when we met, like, it's genuinely just getting to spend time with you guys. I enjoy those, bloody hell, some days it was 14 hours. And some days it was 6 hours, but I genuinely enjoyed it.
Well, that's definitely more wholesome than my answer. I was going to say the fact that I learned what B-roll was.
Oh, God.
I'm now thinking, like, let's get some B-roll, let's get some B-roll.
What's B-roll, Abby?
It's like the behind, oh no, what am I saying? Not the behind the scenes things, but like the shots of like the areas like that are going to fit into. Why can't I say what B-roll is?
Are we happy with that answer?
You know what B-roll is.
I was so scared of scared is the right word. I was scared of doing this because I didn't know if whoever was going to film this, how it's going to be edited, how it was going to be interpreted. I've given up control because control is a big thing in my life. Can you tell? I was worried, and you guys have looked after me, the narrative, my family, the story in such a precious and special way that you guys are family now, and I don't say that lightly, which is why the front door is always open for you.
But
You're
that's
like, it's
really
too
sweet.
weird, it's too weird.
That's so true.
And then the second favourite is your brother. I'm sorry,
man.
your brother.
Aziz.
He just taken your limelight. He's amazing.
That's where I get
And
the
and your
smile from, man.
relationship is so special, and you are doing an amazing job, and your mum has done an amazing job.
Yeah,
And that's no mean feat as a mother.
Genuinely, he's like one of the nicest kids I've ever met. So it's not hard to have a really good relationship with that guy. So thank you for saying that. I appreciate it. It's cool.
Other than Jack and Matt doing close-ups when I'm sweating, please don't.
It's like you finished saying what you wanted to say, and Jack's still there, like.
And then usually it's. Can you say that again? You're like, no.
I'm like, bro,
It's been done. I'm like, what? More robotic?
Yeah, but you know what? Thank you for not including the bit where I fell off the rower. We were doing the sim, Kende and I, and then I couldn't get back on the rower. She's like trying to help me up. And I was like, I bet that's going to make it in. So thank you for not. So how would you say the HYROX Signature Series has helped you prepare for the race?
Oh,
would you think?
helped me massively. I think because I was injured, I just needed the accountability and support. And obviously I'm a coach myself, and I had a physio, so I knew like modifications and things I had to do in the classes, but just having other coaches there that also like had their say and their support and their help and guidance on it was great. And just the buzz of being in a class where the members are doing HYROX, you're doing HYROX, everyone's working together, doing the same thing, getting through that pain cave together, and just having that workout in your diary each week. You just felt on those days where you're like, oh my God, I can't do this.
Yeah.
You're like, you've got it in each week. The members are doing it, you're doing it, and it was just good vibes.
Love
I
that.
just, at the end of each class, I was like, yes, let's go.
Yeah. For me, they've been a massive help, as well as obviously the running that we have to do. I think it's just complemented the different styles of training that I'm doing at the moment.
I went straight in with my first session, and just kept coming back because every week there was a bit of progress. You know, first time I couldn't push the sled, all the weights had to come off. And then within 2-3 weeks, I was moving it that bit further. And
But we've got the 45-minute sessions, and then we've got the 60-minute sessions,
Yeah.
and then there are 90-minute sessions, because on average it takes your average athlete to finish HYROX in an hour and a half. So the fact that that's on our screens as well, it's just a perfect match. Do you know what I mean? You can't go all out for 90 minutes because you're not going to do that at HYROX unless you're an elite 15 athlete. So let's see how you distribute your energy over 90 minutes. And I just love that programming from Jory and Juddy and the guys down at HQ. It's been great, man.
My first HYROX was London HYROX at Excel. But going back this time and having an F45 stand there was so cool because you had like a base. I loved it. It took my voice and my soul.
Yeah, your voice was gone.
But it was good. It was great. Didn't you love it? I mean, we sat on the chair, had a little chat. I swear I saw you doing like some kind of interview, holding like a Red Bull or something as a microphone.
I don't know. There's always a sense of pride for me when we talk about F45. So for us to have such a massive presence at HYROX, because HYROX is global, right? But so are we. Yeah, so for us to work together and for it to be in my hometown and like to have that sofa and to be able to go back and have people walk past us and ask, what is F45 was FS8.
Yeah.
That, I love talking about the brand. I don't know if you guys can tell. For people to come past and ask us, and for me to explain what functional training is, and you know how big of a presence we have, not just in London but globally, it brought a sense of pride for me.
Just seeing, you know, like you said, the stand and participating in the docu-series, it's like, oh, it's all kind of, it's visualised the whole experience for me, I think. And it was quite good seeing Minsa. I think you were coaching him while he was on the rower, because I was like, see?
No way.
Yeah.
I love
so
that.
Like, hopefully we can get him into a gym. That's
sure.
my long-term plan.
Oh man, I think he'd be so good as well, man.
I think so. And, you know, even though he is a personal trainer himself, there's definitely, you know, I think something that he can get from it.
Yeah.
So, and the family. So I know Khalil will come down at some point. It's just getting Azana to come along and then hopefully have a family session.
Just being around those like-minded people, right? It's
and
like
this is what I really, for me, with Khalil especially, I want him to come into that space and just understand what that dynamic is. And it's more than just exercising, because he trains with us, you know, now and again, well, more often than not, which is great. But he's still in the family bubble. But he needs to, I really would like him to come into that space. So watch this space.
Yeah, I love that. I kind of want to get your perspectives, guys. How was your race, and you know, what did you get out of the race as a whole? You know,
just being there together with Steph was so special, and I just wanted to make sure that I just enjoyed every second of it and soaked as much up as I could. And even, and this is so weird, but even in the painful moments, I was just like, this is what I wanted. I wanted this pain. And I'm so glad to be here experiencing it with her. And it's only temporary, right? And I think that's why HYROX is so popular, because it's literally like a long class. Yeah, I just really loved it. It was such a good race for me. I don't think it could have gone any better.
So this race was amazing, because you're sharing it.
Yeah.
Sharing the experience. And it's such a different experience from having to do it on your own and having to carry the weight, like you guys said earlier, that I didn't even anticipate that. Theoretically, logically, I knew it would be different. But once I was actually doing it, even the sim beforehand, we were bouncing off each other, just being able to communicate with somebody else. And like I said, Kende had unexpected pains that we weren't obviously planning on. But still, even despite that pain, it was just, you know, helping each other along and just sharing the pain, sharing the work was just, I couldn't get over how it was fun.
You see the smile.
I know that sounds crazy, but it was fun
crazy
because it was shared.
Mine is just echoing what you guys have said, in the sense that at the moment it got tough. We're all weird in the sense that we were thinking, this is fantastic, you know? And
this is what I've trained for.
Yeah, exactly. And I've touched upon, you know, the importance of the race to me, and how it's got me to, you know, realize that I can do so much more. And that's how I see it. So that's definitely one thing that, you know, I got out of this race.
Having so many people watch and now contemplating doing some form of HYROX or exercise.
Yeah. The best was, one of my friends who was watching the broad jump burpees and was like, what was that worm thing they were doing? And it's just like, in their eyes, they're just watching everyone hit the floor with their stomach and then go, they were like, oh, I like the worm station.
It's mad, isn't it? Because like if you're an outsider and you've never worked out before, like you see people getting up and down and doing all these crazy things. You're like, what are you doing?
And staying on the ground for long periods.
But we get it.
Definitely.
We get it. And that's all that matters. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, okay, so the start box, for me, the first few times I felt really intense, like it's really overwhelming and like nervous, and I didn't enjoy it as much because I felt like it made me start the race on like an almost anxious energy. But this time, I loved it. But I think I was so engrossed with Steph and my partner, and just in the moment of looking around at people and being like, oh my God, it's happening.
Oh man,
I'm here.
As a coach, you tell people, like, run your own race, relax into it. Yeah, start fast but not too fast. And then they're playing gladiator type music that's inspiring you. And then you've got the countdown. My man goes 10. I'm like, oh my God. And then,
slow down, hold me back.
Not even that, can I get out?
And you've got everyone behind you like, yeah. So, I'm like, guys, calm down. But also, I don't scream in it, but in my head I'm like, yeah, man, I hear you, bro.
Have you heard people scream?
Oh man, yeah.
Yes, they do the whoop whoop and
They go whoop.
yeah.
I'm like, I'm not gonna scream,
I don't
but
know
I
with
get
people.
it.
I can't. I think it's just such a blur.
I think next time just be present.
Oh
in
no,
the whole,
it's gonna be too much.
honestly, just be present in the whole atmosphere of like what that tunnel is, because for me it's special.
It was just that moment of we're here, we've done the work.
Yeah.
Let's go.
What's going to happen? What are we going to do? The anticipation.
So, just looking back, guys, I'm just gonna kick it off and say that I'm proud of myself for even crossing the line. Yeah, I told the guys at the start how nervous I was, the expectation that I felt, but then I had this other side of it where I said, no matter what time I cross that line in, yeah, I will be smiling regardless, because I know the hard work that I've put in. I didn't cheat over the 6-month period.
I'm proud of myself for doing it, throwing myself into it, and following through and opening up, because actually my strategy was to answer the questions very shortly, not say much, keep to myself, but I felt comfortable, so you've got the full me now.
Yeah, we brought it out of you.
Good. It's been so good, hasn't it?
It has been cool.
It's been so good. It's like better than what I expected.
Yeah.
It's like everyone's like, oh my God, the pressure of like being filmed on the day. I was like, I know, I can't believe being filmed. And then I was like, loved it. The big question, the road to F45 HYROX London has come to an end. So what is
why
next?
would you say something like that?
Well,
I'm not ready to. Yeah,
Okay,
I'm actually
well,
like not ready to come to terms with that.
Okay.
Let's not do that. Stop
okay,
it.
well,
Stop
what's
it.
next?
Next year, I definitely want to do a few more solo HYROXes, and I'm gonna say it here
Ooh,
first.
drum roll.
I'm gonna drum roll. No. I'm gonna say it here, and if I don't get it, I don't get it. But let me go into it and just put a little bit of pressure on myself. I want a sub-hour next year.
Yes!
Yeah, man, of course.
You'll do it.
In the open, and then November next year, HYROX London. Hopefully, again, I want to do a first pro HYROX as well. So definitely big plans for next year, and I'm excited for it. Final words for the documentary is get out of my pub. All right. Final words for you guys. I don't have any final words. We're gonna catch up next
so
week
true.
and the week after.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't really wanna finalize that just yet.
Seeing people opening up and considering moving, exercising and HYROXing makes me so excited. I would love to find a way of kind of incorporating that more in my world. And then what's next in terms of HYROX? Definitely more races. I am doing the Europeans in February, and I'm going to say I want to figure in the top 10 at least in my age group. That's what I'm aiming for.
Amazing.
And I intend to go pro by the end of 2025.
Yeah, there we go. We're dreaming big, aren't we?
Yeah, but it's the succession, and that's what excites me.
Abigail?
Definitely doing more HYROXes. I have booked Glasgow, my first solo.
Yes, there we go.
It's my first solo, and I just want to do, because I've only ever done London. I've done 3 London, so I want to do some HYROXes abroad. And then depending on how the year goes, no, do you know what? Not depending on how the year goes, I would like to do a solo pro in London.
Yes.
XL as well in
So
November.
we'll do it together.
So
No, that's what we were
November,
saying.
we're actually all doing
We're pro, baby.
Oh my God,
We're
we're all
We've actually
committed.
just
So
locked
we're
that
all
in.
committed.
We're all
to this.
committed. So final words, see you at pro.
Yeah.
November, HYROX Pro, all of
HYROX
us.
pro. If one of us could cry now, that would be great. So they can get their shot.
I am not crying anymore. I've given you all my tears.
It's your turn to cry.
Thank you, guys.
It's the final.
Oh my God.
Do you know what? We've got pros to train for, so we better.
Better get to it, right?
Fine, what? We got to do one more workout? One for the road?
Yeah, why not?
Go on then.
Let's do it.
Go on then.
It's our last class. I booked only
hello.
to say
Stop it.
what we're doing.
Should we go do our last class together?
Okay.
man.
Shoulder press, and the leg from front or against, so stay upright. You don't have to slack.
Together. We just want to be together all the time, don't we? We're getting separation anxiety.
When I hardly come up.
When you're up.
Yeah.
You're always doing my warm-ups.
Oh really?
Yeah.
And my first 6 months of like my gym journey was bicep curls. No, honestly, I saw one of my mates. So it looks easy, but it's not. All right, I promise. So sorry. GG guys, well done.
And that is a wrap. Woo.
This was good. This was amazing.
Bring it in.
Oh.
Guys.
Well done guys. What was that you said earlier, Abby?
The road to F45 London HYROX. Over and out.
It's done.
It's done.
Get out of our pub! Sling your hook.
One day, people will ask Ril, Abby and Onika what they remember about F45 HYROX London. Their answers will differ, but one thing will tie them together. Pride. Pride in their loved ones. Pride in their community. Pride in their F45 family. Because on the weekend of November 30th, 2024, they became part of something bigger than themselves. They raced at F45 HYROX London, representing the amazing community of F45 training from across the globe. This was more than just a race.
You can actually see them over there.
This was the road to F45 HYROX London.